Ladies and gentlemen, the ISP show, Sahil Rahi. CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers is a gift that keeps on giving. We are down to the final match today. This, of course, is the recap of the penultimate match day. Everyone was in action. Jamaica was in action. Suriname was in action. Honduras, Haiti, everyone was in action, Rahi. We will start off we normally start off, Rahi, with the Jamaica team and the Group B. We are going to start off with Group A today. We'll go in order because there was some wild things that happened in Group A.
Wild. What a wild evening of CONCACAF qualifiers. My goodness. If you missed this game between Guatemala and Panama in Guatemala City, it was insane. It was insane in every level. The fans were nuts. The atmosphere was incredible. And you have to give Guatemala all the credit in the world, man. They went down 2-0 to these sort of sucker punt goals scored by Mr. Waterman. I don't know. He comes out of nowhere, scores these two beautiful goals. And then in the second half, Guatemala resuscitates, comes back to life, finds their way back to 2-2. But then it's Fajardo with the typical sort of poacher's Panama goal. Somehow Panama survived. So I don't know how they did it, but they survived. Sad day for Guatemala. They're officially out now of the World Cup.
Yeah, very sad day for Guatemala, but it was a wild party going on earlier in the day in Suriname. And let's just show you how things stand right now, because my goodness, that Suriname put on a show. Look at that. At the top, now they have a 5-goal difference thanks to that rout of El Salvador. My goodness, Rahi, was there a party going on. 4 goals, golazos, whatever you want to put it. But Suriname continues to lead the group with only one match day to go.
This is the one you didn't see coming. I mean, we knew Suriname would be competitive, had a good chance to top the group. We knew they had a good chance to win this game against El Salvador. But the way they did it, it was a party, exactly as you said. It was really a party. What a time to be in Suriname. What a time to support this team. They got that first goal on the earlier side in that second half. Man, they just exploded. But this team defended so well, and that's the key to their success. The way they defend and then the way they counted. It's incredible what they're doing. Incredible. Remember, this same Suriname team lost to El Salvador, I think 2011, a combined aggregate score of like 7-1 or something. Times have changed. And Suriname is a legitimate powerhouse. My goodness. And that central defender, Abea, what a player he is. What a team this is. What a manager they have, Sa.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable what Stanley Menzo has done with this team. And you just saw today, to go out and hammer El Salvador 4-0, right? And it was just at the end, it was just like a party that there could have been more goals, right?
kept coming.
It's wild. So the way that this group is gonna, before we move on to the next group, the way this group is gonna come down to, it's gonna come down to the final match day. And of course, let me just show the standings again, because there's only 2 teams in it now. So there's basically Suriname and Panama are the 2 that are fighting it out to win this group. Where it gets a little bit tricky for this group, and we'll get into this later, is because of the nature of how that second place spot, it may not be a guarantee that a team from this group gets that second place spot.
True. But they look at the point totals. They're high, right?
Yeah.
So both Suriname and Panama are 9 points. You compare that to the second group. Yes, that Curaçao and Jamaica are a little bit above that. We'll talk about that in a second. But in that third group, Honduras and is on 8, and Haiti's on 8 as well. So we'll see what happens. But let's say this: Suriname has a good chance still to win this group, and it's going to come down to a very tricky game they have now in Guatemala. But interestingly, Panama may have helped them out because Guatemala now has very little to play for. Very little incentive. They're out of the World Cup. Suriname, on the other hand, will travel to Guatemala City with everything to play for, with their World Cup dreams on the line. You have to believe, honestly, if Suriname wins this game in Guatemala, they are through to the World Cup.
Yeah.
Listen to that. If they win, they're going to go to the World Cup because Panama's not going to make up that goal difference.
Yes. Agree. That's the way I believe it to be the case as well, because I think that goal difference, if Suriname wins, Suriname has to go in there to Guatemala and win. It's not an easy place. You saw what kind of whirlwind game that happened between Panama and Guatemala in this match. But like you said, this is it, Suriname. If you get to the World Cup, you are going to be playing some tough teams there. Yep. So why not start your World Cup campaign now? Because this is what it is. You have a one-off match to get to the World Cup. Panama, of course, will host El Salvador. They'll be expected to win that match, and then it'll be up to the other game.
Also, not a given the way it's been up and down. So it's a tough game for Suriname and Guatemala, but they can win.
Yeah.
And Panama has an easier game at home against El Salvador, but you never know.
You never know. That's the one key with CONCACAF World Cup qualifying. You just never know what is going to happen. And that's proven again today. I mean, just never know. But it's crazy to think Surinamese fans just look at this table where it is right now. That's unbelievable. That you're still on top with only one match to go. Moving on to the next group. What the heck happened here, Rahi? We, of course, have been covering the Jamaica Reggae Boyz for a very long time on this channel. And my goodness, what happened here?
I mean, it's a tricky game. It's a rivalry game. It might be the biggest rivalry in the Caribbean. It's Trinidad. It's Jamaica. There's history. So it was always going to be a tough one for the Jamaicans, but they have really struggled as of late. Of course, the big loss in Curaçao. Now the draw against Trinidad after taking the lead, man. They were up in this game. They couldn't hold the lead. Reynaldo Sifas really an incredible solo goal to get things going for Jamaica. But they couldn't hold on to it. And it's disappointing in the end. It's an okay result if you're a Reggae Boyz fan because it still comes down to that last game. You still have to, at home, beat Curaçao. That was always on the table. And if you win that game at home, you're in the World Cup. You couldn't ask for anything more, but sort of a disappointing result if you're a Reggae Boyz fan.
It's a much more disappointing result if you're a Trinidad fan, of course, because they are, of course, out of the World Cup now at this point in time, right? So it's unfortunate for Trinidad, that it's a team that we obviously seen at a World Cup before, right? And now, of course, Dwight York being their coach and everything. It just was a disappointing campaign as a whole.
Yeah, they just don't have the players that they've had at times in the past. They were never quite in this group. They just struggled against Curaçao, struggled against Jamaica. They're firmly the third best team in this group skill-wise. And let's see what Dwight York can do over the course of the next cycle. Let's see if he stays as the manager. Let's see if he gets some young talent in there. We shall see. But a disappointing World Cup qualifying campaign for Trinidad, for sure.
Yeah, a very disappointing World Cup qualifying campaign for Trinidad. The same can definitely not be said about Curaçao because they went in there. There was talk about, is this Bermuda game a trap game? And they went and smashed 7-0. A 7-0 game. Dick Avrocott has his team flying, man.
We talked about how impressive Suriname was.
Yeah.
And we had a feeling that Curaçao would take care of business against Bermuda, but this was a massive, massive result. And it gives them a ton of confidence going into Kingston, going to the park. We shall see. Curaçao has been excellent. They've really impressed, surprised a lot of us, including myself. This was a big, big result. But it all comes down to the last game for them to see if they can get the automatic spot. But more than likely, whoever doesn't get first is getting second through the playoff and going to make it to that stage at least.
Yeah, I think that they probably will get there. Now, of course, there's some things that could happen in the other matches that we don't know, but they're looking decent, I should say, based on that. But remember, Curaçao only has to draw. So for you Jamaica Reggae Boyz fans, this has got to be a performance from start to finish.
Yeah, a draw doesn't do it.
Yeah.
And we've said over and over and over again, this Reggae Boyz team has to qualify for this World Cup. They have to find a way to get in. And yes, there is the second place and all that, but this is the moment. This is the moment for this generation. This is the moment for this roster. This is the most talented roster since 98, maybe even more talented than 1998.
Yeah.
They have Steve McLaren. They brought him in for this purpose entirely, to get them to the next level. This is the game to get you to the World Cup. You're playing at home against an opponent you can beat. If you're a Reggae Boyz fan, You have to know that this is the truest test, and this is what it all has led up to for the past few years. It's led up to this day. Can't ask for anything more, man.
Yeah, it's all on the line. And of course, showing the group again. This is what it looks like. Curaçao leading the group right now. But of course, Jamaica's right there with a chance to win it at home and go to the World Cup. The final group, which we thought, Rahi, was finished. My goodness, did this match day come with surprises? It was probably the craziest match day in this group so far. And Haiti, some of the fans in the comments from Haiti said Haiti's going to make the World Cup. And we were first thinking, like, are they sure? Are they whatever? But given what just happened here, my, oh my, have things changed for Haiti.
What a day. What a day for Haiti. What a performance playing at home, of course, in Curaçao, but a huge, huge victory for this Haitian team. Piero with the goal in the 44th minute, then they hold on, played very, very well against the Costa Rica team that we've said time and time again is extremely disappointing. Not a team that looks particularly good, but a huge result for Haiti because they play Nicaragua next at home. And basically, they're nearly there because Honduras has to go play in Costa Rica. Very tricky game for Honduras. This is a moment. Haiti has a perfect chance, especially if they rack up the goals against Nicaragua to qualify automatically for the World Cup. What a huge, what a massive, massive moment that would be. I was guilty of underestimating Haiti. I'm sure you were as well. We thought Honduras had this group locked up. Boy, what a difference a day makes.
You go into this one match. And by the way, I want to say, Placide, what a performance by the Haitian goalkeeper.
It's been incredible.
It's been incredible. What man has been on a mission, and that led to that coast. Yeah, that he stopped every single opportunity that Costa Rica had, and no questions asked. Haiti got the job done. What happened in Nicaragua and what changed this group is what happened over there, and this is a result that no one saw coming.
No one.
Yeah,
I mean, Honduras was sitting pretty alone atop the group. Had they won this game against Nicaragua, you have to feel they were nearly there into the World Cup. And then to lose, but not only to lose by multiple goals is shocking.
I don't know the last time Honduras has lost to Nicaragua. You know, I think it's been years, like I think like 50 years or something like that, maybe, or something like that. I don't know when the last time they lost to them.
It's wild. And this is a team we've talked about that's constantly in the World Cup. Honduras generally finds a way. This is real trouble for Honduras now. Real trouble.
Yes, a team that was leading the group, right? They were leading the group. They looked like they were going through, and then they come out with the result like this. Now, exactly what you said. Haiti hosts Nicaragua, the team in the bottom of the group, at home, right? With a chance to win. And if they win, Honduras is going to have to go to their arch rival, Costa Rica's house, win over there, and Costa Rica, hey, is still trying to make something of their campaign as well.
If Honduras loses to Costa Rica, they're out of the World Cup.
Yeah.
And if they tie, there's a good chance that they're not going to get in that second place spot because remember, both Suriname in that first group and Panama are on 9 points. Jamaica and Curaçao 11, 10, right? Right now, Honduras is on 8 points with a tie that gets them to 9 points. That is very tricky. So if you're Honduras, you basically have to win in Costa Rica. Of course, if you're Costa Rica, you have to win. And if you're Haiti, you got to win. So something's got to give, my friend.
It's a it'll be a wild finish. How exciting, man, has this region been? It's been absolutely unbelievable.
Unbelievable. And I have to give so much credit to Haiti. We've talked a little bit about Suriname, how good they've been. But we didn't believe Haiti would have this chance on the last day. And they've proven all of us wrong with the massive result. And they got some help from Nicaragua. Wow. What a moment this could be for Haiti.
This is incredible stuff. And it'll all come down to the final match day. Let me just finish here quickly showing you guys the groups again. That's Group C with Haiti, as we talked about. Group B with Curaçao, Jamaica ending into the last match. And Group A, Suriname leading the group, but of course it'll all come down to the last match day. What an incredible group of games it's going to be. It's going to be a crazy crazy final match day, man. It's
Insane.
going to be
Insane.
unbelievable.
Get your popcorn, put your feet up. If you're a neutral observer, if you're a fan of Suriname, if you're a fan of Panama, Jamaica, Curaçao, Haiti, man, get ready. Get whatever you need to calm the nerves, man. It's gonna be dicey.
It's gonna be fantastic because these set of matches will be the last matches for in World Cup qualifying anywhere before we get to the playoff stuff, right? Before the playoff stuff. So this ends the initial kind of round of World Cup qualifying on that Tuesday night. Get ready for that. If you enjoyed these videos, please subscribe to the channel. Keep watching CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers. Keep watching the beautiful games. See you all soon.